What is the first thing that comes to your mind when I talk about the sport golf? And I get different things. When I tell my friends or family that I play golf, they say they have a completely different perception to it. They say that, oh, it's a sport where you just hit a ball, you just walk towards it, you hit another ball. So they don't give so much emphasis or importance to what it takes to play that sport. It gives so much emphasis on skill, strategy, and mental focus. It is a sport which combines athleticism with patience and finesse at a natural outdoor setting. Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of Sport is Life. Today we are at Boulder Hills Golf and Country Club, premier destination for golf in Hyderabad. We're going to speak to Indrani Pendekanti to understand more about this great sport from a coaching perspective. So please like, share and subscribe our channel Sport is Life. Let's go. Indrani ma'am, thank you so much for talking to Sport is Life. I know that you're a level A certified golf coach from the National Golf Academy in India. You've been coaching in Hyderabad for more than 20 years now.
Right.
So I want to know what motivated you to play this sport at the start.
See, I used to play cricket for Tamil Nadu state team, and they had selections in February for a tournament in October.
How did?
So in February, I was indisposed. I had fever and I couldn't go for the selection. But after that, my track record was very good. But they went purely by the selections that they did in February and they left me out. So I was in my peak form at that point of time and I was terribly disappointed. And at that point of time, my sister was playing golf. She had just started. So she took me to the club and she said, we are having an event today. Why don't you drop in? So I went to the club and, in those days in Cosmo, they had only browns, no greens also. And they had a putting competition for all the visitors.
Oh, okay. So they were just trying to make the game a little more fun, absolutely.
So they gave 3 chances for putting and I sank all the 3 putts. So they said there's no contest now. This one is taken the thing. So my sister was saying like, why don't you start?
Yeah.
So that's how I just quit cricket and took up.
It's surprising what happens most of the time. You go by accident to a sport and you just pick it up from there and you just continue playing it.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, golf was like, I was like a fish to water. Like there was no looking back. Like I enjoyed it so much. It was like, why didn't I start this before? Like it was that close to my heart. It just fit in so beautifully into me.
And how was it when you started at that time? From a coaching standpoint, did you take coaching at that time? What was your plan when you...
Those days, we didn't have very established coaches. It was the caddies who used to coach. Yeah. There was one gentleman called Logan there with whom I used to train. And at that point of time, I never ever imagined that I will take it up as a profession. I played as an amateur. I never thought that a day will come where, we could get into coaching.
Yeah.
Because even now I can say that it's a pretty male-dominated field.
Yeah.
In the whole of South, I'm the only lady.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So it's also it's physically very hard.
Okay, I mean, and even mentally. So that
mentally it is, of course, as a player, you are prepared.
Yeah.
But coaching is a different ball game altogether. So it requires long hours of standing and many courses to go for training.
Correct.
So any training program I've gone to, there'll be 40-50 guys and I'll be the only lady.
Yeah.
So now it's picked up. I started in 2004, but now it's picked up and there are a lot of girls coaching.
So you're the only South Indian female to be coaching, right?
I had a colleague, unfortunately she passed away. She was in Bangalore in KG, Rani Sonti. She was also a coach and she was a good player as well. She was a professional. I didn't play golf professionally. I played as an amateur. But she was a professional golfer and a coach.
You, like you said, you played golf in the amateur league. You played in the Asiad in 1982. What was that experience?
No, it was beautiful because it was first time Asiad was being conducted and the whole Delhi was dolled up with so many different things. And, at that point of time, it was not like 5-6 international teams came. There was a group from Sri Lanka, there was a group from Philippines and, in India itself, we made it into 4 zones, South, East, West and North. And we competed.
Okay.
Because it was an inaugural one.
Yeah.
So that time you would be surprised. Vaijantiwala was...
Oh, really? Oh, great.
Yeah, my sister Vaijantiwala and there's a lady from Coimbatore. We were 4 of us in the team from South.
Oh, wow. That's great to hear. See,
Yeah.
these are the things we would never know. I mean,
Yeah.
never know about these things.
Yes.
But what is, I mean, you played the amateur league and you see the differences now in coaching, right? I mean, what do you see?
Far better now because one is the coaching aspect has changed the way we approach to teach. Because earlier, whatever limited knowledge the caddy had as a player himself, that's what he would translate to us.
Correct.
But today we are learning about biomechanics, we are learning about the club sets, and you're learning about the science and physics behind every club design.
Correct.
So many different wedges. I remember in those days, my 3-wood was barely 40 inches long. And it was very, very different.
Yeah.
We didn't have so much knowledge about which ball to use.
And what was your routine at that time? I mean, you had to, I'm sure, balance between your education and golf is something which is not like a popular sport like a cricket or any other sport. I mean, the parents have their own wishes about that.
Very different in the sense, but my college where I studied, they accepted sport, they encouraged sport. So almost 3 to 4 months in an academic year, I was out of town traveling. And they did support it. So I would go back and take my tests and do that. But it was pretty competitive even back then. And we all practiced the proper methods. And I should say that we had good coaching. As this thing, Delhi, the women's IGU, they made sure that we all got good coaching. And discipline was such a integral part of our learning process. I still remember we used to go with our own ball. Nobody would give range balls. So we'd go with our own balls and we'd have a 4 caddy. So we'd play, that guy pick up and bring it back, and then again we'd play. It used to be like that. And I remember the coach once told, like, if you can't get 3 out of 5 shots on the green, you'll have to run from here to there.
The typical coach's way of doing, I mean, they have their own way.
So it was like the discipline was inbuilt. We never dared question a coach or do anything against his wishes. So that discipline is something I'm very thankful for, which was instilled very early in life.
Ma'am, you talked about how you started by accident and how the game of golf came into you that way. So you played for the Asiad in 82. Why did you not continue? Did you play for a few years and then you quit?
Yes, I played for another 2 years after that, and then I got married. So I moved from Madras to Hyderabad.
Oh, okay.
And then, of course, your family life takes over, and there has been a gap.
Okay.
And I got into marketing. I was working for a travel agency. Then I moved from the travel agency to Singapore Airlines.
Okay.
And then I saw a newspaper article that said that Golconda, they're starting a golf course. There is a driving range. And Mr. Vijay Divecha, who is the coach for Anirban Lahiri, he gave a newspaper article, and they said he's in Hyderabad. He's training coaches.
Oh, wow.
I remember I heard about Divecha from a friend of mine who was from Bangalore. So I said, okay, for what it's worth, let me go and see what this is all about. So I went to HGA. They had just one hole and a driving range.
This was in what, 84?
2003.
Oh, 2003. That's okay.
So I went there, I met him, and I asked him, do you think I can become a coach?
Okay.
Will you train me? He said, I'm ready to train you, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work. Just think about it, discuss with your family, and let me know. There was no discuss. I said anything to get back to golf. Like, plus, the outdoor was like I was missing the outdoors so much that the next day I went and put in my papers. There was no thinking.
Yeah.
It was a very impulsive act I did. In hindsight, of course, there are no regrets.
Not easy at that time.
No, it was not easy at that time because I was doing well in that field as well. And they were just giving me a promotion and everything.
Wow.
I just went in and submitted my resignation, and they were shocked. And I said, whatever it is, next 2 years was an absolute slog it out.
Wow.
To get to start coaching.
So slog out as a coach, to become a coach.
First, I had to get back to the game.
Correct.
I had to get back my fitness.
Oh, yes.
I had to work on my strength.
Correct.
All that.
Correct.
So that took 2 years. 2005, I got the entry level of level D.
Oh, okay.
2006, I got level C.
Oh.
Then from 6 to 14, it took to get a B.
Wow.
Then I got my A in 16.
Oh, wow.
Right.
So is it still the same way, the certifications?
Certifications, you have to attend the program. There'll be a practical, there'll be a written test.
Okay.
They will check your skills and everything and then give.
Then,
It's a very well organized, structured program that they are following.
okay.
They've generated a lot of coaches around the country, and the game is growing, which is very great.
And this is from IGU.
IGU.
IGU itself, right? Because
So National Golf Academy is a part of IGU.
IGU. So once you did all this, I mean, once you took that bold decision to quit and went into a coaching aspect, how did your mindset change now that you're moved from a player to a coach?
See, the biggest challenge for me was managing the children and my work.
Yeah.
So my daughter was just 2 years old when I took the decision to move to golf.
Mhm.
So I would take a maid and my child and go to the golf course. And yeah, I mean, now when I look back, I don't know how I did it, but
No, I think we all are glad that you did it, and I'm sure so many kids must be like really happy.
2007, I started working at Boulders.
Oh, okay.
And 2009, I started the junior program at Boulders.
And Boulders, okay.
And I was heading the golf academy here till I resigned in 2008.
18, yeah.
So we ran the program for a good 9 years with about 67 to 70 children in the program.
Okay.
Yes.
So how did you see that point? I mean, 70 children, I think that's a good.
I needed support because I was the only coach. I picked up our golf assistants here and I trained.
Oh, really? Okay.
I trained them in teaching. I prepared them for the game, and 6 of them qualified.
Oh, yeah.
So 2 boys are at D, 2 of them were at C. Now 2 of them are at B.
Oh, that's
They are coaching. 1 boy has moved to East Point Golf Course in Vizag.
okay. Yeah.
1 chap was in the Krishnapatnam Port course, but now he's back here. He's with me in the junior program that I ran at HGA. The other 4 guys are here coaching.
Wow, that's great. I mean, I think to see not only players, even getting that importance and
Training
awareness about the coaching.
coaches, because I feel that's my give back to the game.
Yeah.
The game has given me so much.
Yeah.
That's my give back to the game.
Oh, glad you're doing that.
Yeah.
So, from the kids' perspective, how was it when you saw that in 2003, 4 or 5 when you started it, or for that matter, 2007, and how was it the kids coming in? What was their mindset? How did you see the change in the last decade or so?
See, basically, at that point of time, either the parent or some relation in the family is a golfer.
Okay.
And he brings the child along and says, you try.
Yeah.
That's how it came.
Yeah.
Any amount of marketing didn't help because this game had the tag of being an elitist sport.
Yeah.
So people were reluctant to get into it.
Correct.
But someone who's a golfer, who he would bring his child and say, enroll them for the program.
Correct.
That's how it started. But now with the awareness and with so many channels streaming golf and so many
Correct.
golf movies being made,
Yeah, absolutely.
the awareness has improved.
Yeah.
And also now with the huge number of students going to US and other countries abroad to study, golf is recognized as a sport where you can get extra credits for being a golfer.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that also gives them an access to get into some universities.
Yeah, oh, that's great. And from a coaching perspective, ma'am, you said some time back in the importance of biomechanics, and there's so many, technology to that matter, how it kind of changed when you started coaching and now.
Yeah.
What are the changes you saw in coaching?
See, the coaching methodologies, now it's come to a point where I cannot teach one swing to everybody.
Yeah. Okay.
Each individual body with its structures and some bodies have limitations.
Correct.
So if the limitation can be fixed, we work on fixing it first.
Correct.
Especially when it comes to children, we teach them speed first. That is the new method they're talking about. You teach the child speed first and then teach them guards.
Okay. Yeah.
Because for someone who's been a couch potato, with all these gadgets, most of the parents are bringing them out now because they don't want the children to get stuck to their gadgets.
Correct.
They want the children to have an outdoor activity.
Mm-hmm.
So they're bringing them.
Yeah.
More children are coming, even children whose parents are non-golfers.
Yeah.
Simply because they want them to go outdoors.
Correct.
Right? So for that kind of a child, I have to get them to move the bodies.
Yeah.
They're so used to a sedentary
Correct.
this thing. So what I do the first 20 minutes of the lesson is get the children to do different activities where they are running, jumping,
Correct.
moving, doing cross dynamic movements.
Correct.
And then the next 40 minutes, we get them to play the game.
Okay.
So that sort of builds their body to a level where it cooperates with them when they want to move in the golf circle.
Correct. And it's very challenging when you say it's for every kid, it's a different way. Because when we talk about biomechanics, we talk about, like you said, it could be in golf, the movement of the hand, the hip, which generates that power. There's so many aspects which needs to be looked at, isn't it?
Exactly. So children normally what they do is they don't overthink like adults. So they pick up faster. So there is an age, where they pick up between the age of 5 and 8. This is the most ideal age for a child because their motor skills are heightened.
Correct.
So if I put a ball, he is not interested in how he is holding the club or anything. He just wants to hit the hell out of that ball.
Absolutely.
Right. He just swings.
Yeah.
The swing comes naturally to them.
Correct.
So that is the age. We want to capture that age and give them something. So in that 3 years, if they learn, it takes minimum 3 years for the child to pick up the basics.
Correct.
Because a child's attention span is about 4 minutes in 1 hour.
Yeah.
And that too not at a stretch.
Not it. Yeah.
Right? So we have to figure out that minute, that second when he is receptive and give him something that he can relate.
Yeah, absolutely.
So teaching children is very different from teaching adults.
Yeah.
Here we use playway methods to get them to understand the movement pattern.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't explain how I explain to an adult. For a child, I make an act and show. I talk about alphabets.
Yeah.
I talk about movements. I talk about drawing the line of the underside of a boat.
Yeah.
I say, imagine you're holding a paintbrush and you're drawing the underside of a boat.
Yeah.
That's your start of a swing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you're not trying to hit the ball. The ball happens to be in the line, so you're catching.
Yeah.
But try to draw that line.
Yeah.
So we give them hula hoops.
Yeah. And then
we make them put the hula hoop around the waist and turn to the right and left. So they know that it's not just the arm swinging, that they need to use the whole body.
Correct. And that's such innovative thinking to get the kids to know about it. And I just wish every sport had a coach like it.
Yeah. And that we also make them understand that, we give a medicine ball, 1 kilo, soft one.
Yeah.
We tell them to stand sideways and swing it back and throw it to somebody in the front.
Yeah.
So the ball is being heavy. He has to use his shoulder to move it.
Correct.
He can't use with his hand. The ball is just falling there. So these kind of different things we use. We make them do static jumps. Different, there are any number of things to build the strength. Because we can't do weights with the children.
Correct. Absolutely.
They're growing stage. So we do different movement patterns to strengthen the legs. Strengthen the shoulders, so we make them do, crab walks and those kind of exercises, balance on a...
Correct. So, and you were saying that how, if the parents are playing golf, they got the kids to golf and everything, but how do you see the awareness has increased? Has it increased over the time now that, like you said, now many people are seeing golf, and are they taking that thing, or you still think that there's still not a lot to be done in terms of awareness for the kids to actually come and play this sport?
It definitely can be much better, but it's definitely better than what it was 15 years back.
Yeah.
Because one is, all the parents want their children to go to the best school.
Yeah.
So even upper middle class income parents are putting the children in international schools.
Correct.
Now when these children go to international schools, the peer thing grew. This 1 or 2 kids are playing golf. So this kid, the parent brings the kid because he doesn't want the child to feel left out.
Correct.
So I have a bunch of such kids coming there for the junior program at HGA. So we keep the entry level fee very affordable.
Okay.
It's 5,000 rupees a month.
Yeah,
and they get 8 lessons.
Oh, that's...
Yeah. So as they improve and they grow in the game, we provide the clubs, we provide the know-how, everything.
Yeah.
If the child is showing interest, only then we tell the parent to buy a set.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So that we make it affordable. I think now learning tennis or golf is on par.
Yeah, on par.
It's not...
I think even now that I know a little bit about cricket coaching, I think it's even on par or even less in terms of the amount you're spending from a parent's perspective. If you look at it, I'm spending... Now they always think about, I'm spending a certain amount on the kid, and they have that way for how long I should be able to... I should let him play. They keep getting all those thoughts. So in that case, I think this is really good.
In fact, I would recommend golf highly for children because this game is a self-regulating game.
Yeah.
It's very different from other sports.
Correct.
It's all right. You're stationary, ball is stationary.
Yeah.
you're using your body mechanism to create a swing to move the ball from point A to point B.
Correct.
Second is, unlike other sports where the ball is in motion, here it is stationary.
Correct.
Second is, all other sports have one bat or one racket.
Correct.
A full golf set, I have 14 clubs.
Yes.
Now, each club gives you different distances.
Correct.
Now, the beauty of this game is no two people get the same distance with the same club.
Correct.
So, it's very personalized.
Yeah.
And this game teaches you self-control, discipline.
Yeah.
And when I start going on the course, I have to be honest with my scores.
Yeah.
Honesty means I care about my integrity.
Absolutely.
Right? Second is, it also teaches you the most important part, as I see it in today's generation, is to lose graciously.
Yeah.
You know, there are 100 people playing, only one person wins. It doesn't mean the rest of the 99 are failures.
Absolutely.
The rest of the fields, there is so much of pressure on the children to perform and excel.
Yeah.
Right? Here, we teach them that it's okay to fail.
Yeah.
Because I don't give up on myself. It's on this failure, I make it a motivation point for me and I get better.
Yeah. Yeah.
This game teaches that abject lesson to the children.
Correct.
That you don't give up on yourself. Just because you missed one tournament means nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
You try again.
Yeah.
So, this game teaches you that very valuable lesson. And lose graciously.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that should be the main lesson for every kid from every sport.
Every sport.
How to deal with failure, isn't it? I mean, and like you said, golf, one person wins out of 100, and out of 10 tournaments, you might not even get close to winning one. Same with even cricket or tennis. You will lose, you'll not perform in most of the matches. But how you deal with that?
Correct.
That is...
So that's what brings the thing. One, it teaches life skills.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It teaches them to manage their emotions.
Yeah.
And it teaches them to be in control of their thoughts.
Yeah.
Right? So this is one form of self-discipline that no academic rigor can teach you.
Yeah.
Right? So in an academic thing, I prepare hard, I finish my exam, I'm done with it.
Yeah.
In golf, you're never done.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I've come to a single-digit handicap.
Yeah.
Now, let's say I'm a 5 handicap.
Yeah.
Next 2 rounds, I play to 5. The third round, I play to 11.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right? It is possible. But that doesn't mean that I can never go back to 5.
Yeah.
So here in this game, coaching or learning is a continuous process. There is no saying, okay, I know everything.
Yeah.
There's never a point where you can say, in any sport for that matter, that I know everything.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you're talking so much about the junior golf program, and so you're doing both in boulders and in HGA.
I do the junior program at HGA. Here I'm doing private lessons
In board.
or group lessons
Okay.
because they have another junior. I can't run in 2 places.
Correct. So what is the pathway, ma'am, when these kids are coming, joining, they learn this sport over a period of 2 to 3 years and they want to continue? I mean, like I was saying, that parents always has the thought, okay, for how long will he play? So what is the pathway kids have to play at a higher level?
Are aged between 5 to 18.
Okay.
Right? So we have different levels.
Yeah.
We have foundation, intermediate, advanced, and elite.
Yeah.
So the elite player is the one who's taking part in tournaments, traveling. He's playing the amateur circuit. The advanced player is playing the club level tournaments, intercity clubs, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Not really on the IGU junior tour, but he's playing tournaments.
Correct.
So from there, he moves to elite.
Yeah.
So the foundation level, depending on the child's time, how much time they're able to give, and the skill level interest, it takes between 1 to 2 years to get your fundamentals.
Yeah.
Then the next 2 years are on fine-tuning your skills to start going towards scoring.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, fine-tuning your shot game, your putting, your irons.
Yeah.
There's so many aspects in the game.
Absolutely.
Side by side, we're also working on their mental makeup.
Okay.
How they deal with a bad shot.
Yeah.
How they deal with a rough lie in the rough. And, you know, how to cope with disappointment.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. And how to be on top of the game till the last putt on the last hole.
Correct.
Right? So this is a parallel thing. It keeps going parallelly. And this is not possible without the support of the parents.
Correct.
So the parents are also start getting involved from the time the child moves to the advanced.
Yeah.
The parents are actively involved in the child's progress because they have to take them.
Correct.
to the course. They have to arrange
Correct.
for a caddy. They have to invest in, their time and money.
Yeah. So from 5 to 8 years is you talked about it. So these tournaments which are coming in, what is the age when they
There
start?
are children playing from 5 to 18. They have different categories at level. They have E, D, C, B, A. So E is for children below 7,
Okay. Yeah. That's
like that. We have a South Zone Junior Tour,
okay.
and we also have an IGU Junior Tour.
Junior. Okay. Cool. That's
And there are many parallel. There is a group called Albatross.
Yeah.
Of all the juniors.
so.
They conduct their own event. So they're like that. There are many events that are happening in the country,
Okay.
which the children can go and participate. So what these tournaments do is they give them exposure.
Correct.
They're going out there, they're looking at other children.
Yeah.
Not the same group that they're learning from.
Correct.
They see how they are playing.
Yeah.
How they are doing. So it's that exposure
Yeah.
Gives them a lot of confidence.
Absolutely.
Okay, I can go out there and do this.
Yeah.
The motivation, the exposure, everything is important.
Absolutely. I totally agree on that one. Is there a season, a golf season?
It starts from August
Okay.
and ends in November.
Oh.
Then again, it will start from Jan to March.
Oh, okay.
Because just before the exam season, everybody takes a break.
Takes a break, and that's I think similar to kind of most of this.
Most of the sports, because the children have to also attend school,
Yeah.
take exams.
Yeah.
They can't show a career path
Mhm.
at that stage.
Yeah. True.
Once they come to a certain level, then we can say, okay, you can do this or
Yeah. But the opportunities are definitely more now. I mean, to go to that next level.
Now you have people who are colleges that are giving you sports sciences.
Oh yeah.
There was no sports science.
Yeah. Yes.
If it was there when I was in college, I would have taken it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had the same 3 bricks, right?
Yeah.
Maths, physics, chemistry,
No, that's true.
economics and accounts, or political science and history. And
Yeah. But
There was
we
no-
have options.
liberal arts is growing.
Yeah.
It's counted as a very sought after subject. So many liberal art universities have come up.
Ma'am, I'm so glad we are talking about so many things which will be helpful for the parents and players and the kids. They're looking at it. I'm sure you're giving some really good information about this sport. So when you're talking about junior golf, when you see the players joining, when you see people playing or in that age group of 5 to 8 or 5 to 10 when they're starting golf, what is that you look at them? What is that, if we can say that personality trait, or because there are so many kids there, that you think is important to kind of play this sport and continue it?
See, the initial 6 months to 1 year, I try to keep it interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to teach him anything.
Yeah.
I just keep it activity based and interesting.
Yeah.
The child should want to come on their own for
Yeah.
the program. It's not like parents are waking up the child and say, now you go.
Correct.
Because that kind of a child, I can't teach them anything.
Yeah.
So the child should enjoy being out there.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Once they come to that, all children, in my experience, are competitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have to make it a fun activity, even if it's putting or hitting a chip or hitting a pitch or getting out of a bunker.
Yeah.
You make it a fun activity and say, let's see if you can do this.
Yeah.
Child will say, yes, I'll do it.
Yeah.
By the 3rd, 4th ball, he gets it. And then you give them a high five. They're
Yeah.
very happy.
Yeah.
So that spark where that I want to compete, I want to beat this person.
Yeah.
That spark is what we are looking for.
Okay.
Where the child is naturally inclined
Yeah.
to compete.
Yeah.
And learn.
Absolutely.
So once you see that, we nurture that.
Yeah.
We keep giving them a little more challenging thing, little more challenging. We put nets in the front and say, hit the ball into the net. First, we made them play with tennis balls.
Oh, wow.
They used to throw tennis balls by hand,
Mhm.
then hit a tennis ball with a club.
Oh, that's
Okay. Right. So once he gets the ball, he knows that if he's hitting with the toe, it's going right.
Yeah.
Hitting with the heel, it's going left.
uh,
So he starts understanding club face to ball because the ball is bigger.
correct.
Right. Then he understands the relationship between club face and his hands.
Yeah.
So gradually we take them from there and introduce
Yeah.
the thing. So the more he understands, the more inclined he is to get more. He
Correct.
wants to know more.
Yeah.
How do I lift the ball up? How do I make the ball pitch and come back?
Correct.
So that curiosity is what we are looking for.
Correct.
So that's, in my experience, out of 20 kids, there'll be one.
Oh, wow. That's
The rest of the 19, it's not that they're bad. They're probably in 15 other activities.
Yeah.
Golf is just one of the.
One of them. Okay. Yeah.
So he is being ferried from one class to another.
Correct. Correct.
So he has a piano class, he has a swimming class, he has some other class, Vedic mathematics. I've heard a whole bunch from the kids.
I think that is usually the case with most of the kids. I think
No, those
they're into multiple
like
sports.
totally their attention span is so extended that they're not really focused on any activity, in my opinion.
Correct. But there's another way, ma'am. We also tell that to kids, isn't it? That usually in that age group of 5 to 8, we are telling the kids to play multiple sports.
No, you play multiple sports, but somewhere along the way you identify what
Correct.
they're like.
Yeah.
And keep it to 2 or 3.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
So like if in a week he has 5 days, 2 days is going to one activity, 2 days is going to one activity, third day to the one day to the other activity.
Correct.
That way if you balance it out, the child can improve.
Correct.
Rather than go to 2 classes every day.
Oh yeah, I get it.
So right from swimming class, they bring him directly to the golf class.
Okay.
The child is already tired.
Yeah.
Or from a football match, they bring him to play golf.
Yeah.
So where
Absolutely.
is the energy for the child?
Correct.
Just because you give the child a bottle of Gatorade, it's not going to pep his energy up to play a round of golf.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is where like sometimes I counsel the parents.
Correct.
And tell them, because some children like team sport, they don't like individual sport. They find individual sport boring.
Yeah.
But the parents think golf is better than other sports. That is your opinion.
Yeah. What?
The child wants to play cricket, you should let him play cricket.
Yeah.
He can come back to golf later.
Correct. Wow, that's good. Yeah.
So even if they send him to golf, I can't teach him anything because he's not receptive.
Absolutely. And previously you talked about like how they deal with failure. I mean, when they're playing these tournaments, usually 9 out of 10 they either play okay or they play under par or they play well. There's always more dealing with failure in any tournament or in any sport for that matter. So how important is the mental wellness of the kid, and what is that age you look at that, okay, now the kid can understand these aspects when you look at this?
See, that is, we should also do it through activity methods.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So I keep having these competitions for the children at the end of the class. Let's say it's a putting competition. They get points for a single putt so many, a 2 putt so much, 3 putt so much.
Yeah.
I tell them the average I want this many points. I don't care whether you did a 3 putt.
Yeah.
You did this or that.
Correct.
Average I'm looking at this score.
Yeah.
If you can bring that score for me, I'm fine. So one hole you lose also, recover in the other.
Correct. Yeah.
So this guy won in this hole, he's 2 up on you.
Yeah.
You can't give up there.
Yeah.
Give a 5. Bring him down to 0 and then you win. So
Correct.
next 3 holes you have to win.
Correct.
So you put that playway method where you introduce competing without giving up or without cursing or trying to, distract the other player when he's about to play.
Yeah.
So I keep harping on etiquette a lot for the children. I tell them it's a spirit of sportsmanship.
Correct.
I said, if you win, the rest of them are going to sit and cry. Will you be happy about your victory?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You won't enjoy. Why is everybody crying? I won.
Yeah.
Instead, if your friend, hey, you played really well.
Yeah.
And he gives you a high five and say, so I said, that is the spirit of sportsmanship.
Yeah.
So I said, you watch cricket match. The team that lost will be the first one to go wish all the players in the team that won.
Yeah.
They'll shake hands.
Yeah.
And then come. The team that won is euphoric. They're running around the field and they're enjoying. But doesn't mean the other guys are all like crying.
Yeah.
They gave a good fight.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They made that win worthwhile for the person who won.
Correct.
So your contribution is equally important.
Yeah, absolutely. And when it comes to especially a sport like golf, I mean, like I was telling in my initial introduction as well, that people have a completely different perception when it comes to fitness and golf. They think that, okay, you're hitting a ball, you're walking in this beautiful picturesque golf course, then you're hitting another shot, then going to the next hole where the view changes, you again. But how important is fitness?
So fitness is a very important aspect of the game. It's a myth that it's an old man's game.
Yeah.
Right? So now you see that all the golfers are also very athletic.
Yeah.
They spend a lot of time on their fitness because you're looking at 300 yards for a drive.
Yeah.
Back when I played, 200, 220 was considered a long drive.
Yeah.
Today they hit their 7 irons or 6 irons to that distance.
Yes, absolutely.
So everybody is supremely athletic. They made golf an athletic sport.
Correct.
And the credit goes to Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Right. So fitness is part of the program.
Yeah.
Where we teach them how to strengthen the shoulders. So golf muscles are different from the other sport.
Yeah.
So I always tell them, don't build muscle. We need mobility. You need strength with mobility to be able to get a swing going properly.
Correct. Absolutely.
Right? So if you get a Salman Khan type of, bicep, he won't even be able to hold a glove.
Yeah.
Because his hands won't come closer.
Yeah.
So here it's not bodybuilding.
Yeah.
It is more of strengthening and mobility.
Correct.
So people understand now, children are also they spend, in a week, they spend 3-4 hours on fitness.
Correct.
All the elite players.
Yeah.
Every day, fitness is part of their program. Nutrition is part of their program. Meditations and mental makeup is part of the program.
Yeah.
So it's all become very holistic.
Yeah.
If you reach that elite level, everything is required.
Yeah.
All the components that go into making a good player.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You need that mental strength.
Yeah.
You need that calmness.
Yeah.
Only when I'm calm, I can plan. Course management.
Yeah.
How you plan your game around your strengths.
Yeah.
So to do that, you first have to identify your weakness.
Yeah.
You have to change it to your strength.
Yeah.
And then you build your game.
Yeah.
So everything, from every aspect, we have to deal with the.
Okay.
So elite player is someone who's on the golf course.
Yeah.
Either is in a school or is at the golf course.
Correct.
Otherwise he can't reach that level of proficiency.
So when you are introducing in your coaching aspect, all this, from mental aspect, you introduce that to the kid, even from the 6-7-year-old kids trying to do some different activities, like you said, to get the thing going.
Yes. Initially I've had kids who try to distract the other player when he's playing. Behaving badly.
Yeah.
Or trying to move a club or walk when he's playing, things like that.
Correct.
So I decided I put 3-4 hula hoops on the side.
Yeah.
So anyone who does break the etiquette has to go and stand there. For the next 10 shots, he's not given an opportunity to participate.
Yeah.
Okay. So you either behave or you go and stand.
Yeah.
So somewhere it's both a carrot and a stick.
Yeah.
I have to tell them that the kids who do well, they're patted. They're appreciated.
Correct.
Said, you conducted. Now also I create this thing of ownership in the team where I get the intermediate children.
Mm-hmm.
I give them 3 foundation kids.
Okay. Yeah.
So they're in your team.
Yeah.
It's for you to bring this team to compete with the other.
Correct.
So every intermediate level player will have 3 foundation level players in his team.
Okay.
So he has to use he has to teach them.
Yeah.
You do this, I will do that.
Yeah.
So there is team. Plus he is also the big brother who's trying to get these people's game up.
Yeah.
So after that, these children look up to that guy.
Yeah. That's right.
So small, interesting ways of creating ownership and responsibility.
Yeah. That's great. I wish I could just get my daughter to golf coaching, but again, like you said, whatever their interests are, you let them do what they want to do. Yeah. So what is the advice you give, ma'am, to these young kids who wants to play a sport or play golf, for that matter, when apart from their parents forcing them into the game, but that interest should come from themselves, but to get introduced to golf, what is that advice you wants to play golf?
I tell them, just come and have fun.
Yeah.
It's just like fun. That's it. Golf is very enjoyable.
Yeah.
And it's not just about chasing the ball into the hole. I also introduce trees. I tell them identify different birds.
Yeah.
Identify, different types of grasses.
Correct.
There are so many different varieties of grasses.
Yeah.
And we discuss a whole lot of nature-related things also with them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So they understand that you should start appreciating everything around you.
Yeah, totally. I keep telling my friends as well that I'll get the view of Hyderabad like you will never get. Because I'm fortunate to play the sport in various courses, and that is always in the back of the mind, isn't it? When you go to a place, you want to...
Nature, Nature is so close to human, this thing, that if you can't enjoy the peace that this greenery is giving you, that something's missing.
Yeah. And I think that is the challenge even the kids should have, isn't it? Like we said, every course is different.
Yeah.
It's not about the beauty, it's about the challenge the course presents to you.
Exactly.
I think that if the kid...
Now, some of the intermediate kids, if I ask them, Would you like to be competing on the greens here, or would you like to sit with your iPad?
Ah.
No iPad, man. Straight away.
Like that.
All of them are happy to be outdoors.
Outdoor. Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, ma'am, let's talk a little bit about how golf has become popular in India in the last decade or so. I mean, I think we had players like G. Milka Singh, Jyoti Randhawa, Anirban Lahiri, and Shubhankar Sharma. I mean, I think these people have given that interest in golf in India. They have played in various international tours like European Tour, Asia Tour, and Anirban, I think they are still playing in the PGA Tour. I think that has...
He's also playing the NIV.
Yeah, he's playing the live golf, right? I think he made the transition to that one. Yeah. So, and that has definitely in the last decade or so brought so many kids into the game, or even for that matter, just public who wanted to just check out how this game is and got into this game, and that kind of generated an interest. Similarly, in women's golf, I mean, I think in the last 4 or 5 years, I think since Aditi Ashok finished 4th, I think she narrowly missed a medal in the Tokyo Olympics. And that was so good to see women golfers from there, Disha Dagar, Tuasha Malik, Amni Prashant, so many of them to kind of pick it up and take it to the next level from an Indian standpoint. So how do you see women's golf in the next decade or so?
There's a lot of scope for improvement because one is within India, the competition is still not at that crazy level. So you have an opportunity where I would recommend the girls should take it up seriously.
Yeah.
Within the next 5-6 years, they have an opportunity to be in the top 10 or top 20 in the country.
Absolutely.
If they work on it.
Yeah.
Because whereas in the boys, you have 500 to 600 players.
Yeah.
Whereas in women's golf, they're still within 100.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The good players. So you have an opportunity to be in the top 10 or top 15. So they should take it up.
Yeah.
And as far as women are concerned, it's a very good sport for women. But somehow the women are very reluctant to come outdoors and be in the sun.
Yeah.
But it'll do them a whole world of good if they really take it up.
Correct. I mean, I totally agree on that aspect. I mean, when do you think, if I see in the last few years, I think the Hero Open is happening in Delhi, it happens, and Golconda Masters is happening in HGA for the last few years. You think that is playing a role? I mean, you see players coming in, I mean, women golfers?
Most often what happens is the clubs have a big base of social members.
Correct.
Non-golfers are members.
Correct.
So they keep coming to the golf course to entertain because the environment is so beautiful.
Correct.
So it should pick their interest and, they'd say, okay, even I'll start playing.
Correct.
So definitely the game is growing.
Yeah.
Because the more number of golf courses are coming up.
Correct.
Whether it's Bangalore or whether it is Hyderabad.
Yeah.
More number of golf courses, the game grows.
Correct. Totally.
Definitely.
So, I think we covered so much. I mean, I think from a junior golf standpoint, I think you gave some information, I think, which is invaluable to all the kids, not only in Hyderabad, to everyone who's playing golf in the world. I mean, I think to pick up this sport, I mean, which has a completely different notion in public. I mean, when especially for sportsmen also, and they have a different view when it comes to golf. I think hopefully I'm just hoping that it changes after they hear from you. So, Indrani ma'am, thank you so much for talking to Sport is Life. Thank you so much.
I would like to say my thanks to Sport is Life and Mani for giving me this opportunity to get in depth all the things that I had to share about junior golf or golf in general.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And this is one of many we'll do, and hopefully we can just create that awareness more and more about golf. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.